she's now stranded. She doesn't know where she is. She's got no phone. She's got no money. Got no wallet or whatever, purse. She doesn't know where she is.
Early in the morning, early in the morning, in the morning, in the morning.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. You already know who it is. It's Cam, Topical Juice, all of that. Now I'm back with my third story time. Now, as you can see by the title, and you know how I feel about these titles and that. This is the story of how I left my date stranded in Southeast London. Before I get into the video, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please hit the thumbs up if you're a loyal follower. And yeah, man, sit back and enjoy it. So, disclaimer, yeah, big disclaimer, big D, yeah. Me and this girl, we're good, yeah, let me just put that in there now, we're good. But obviously at the time, we had been speaking for like a week, I can't remember, was it a week or two? Either way, we'd been speaking for some time. And the problem was I never had the girl's number. So I don't really go on dates. I love dates, I love meeting people, I love socializing, I love socializing with women. But I just haven't really found myself in date mode. And obviously I've been for drinks with a number of different girls. I've done activities with a number of different girls, but a date for me, there has to be a bit more intention there, because every single time I'm linking up with these girls, I've got no intention of being in a relationship with them. Does that make sense? So kind of this period, I was kind of trying to explore like, oh, am I ready for a relationship? Am I not? It's been 3 years since I've been in a relationship, and I've grown so much in that time. Like in my relationship, even though like my ex-girlfriend is the only girl I've ever loved, innit? So even though we had like amazing relationship from a lot of different reasons, we also had like our relationship was also toxic. So like I was in a toxic place mentally. I was dealing with stuff that she didn't realize. That was my last encounter of a relationship. So I haven't really been open to a relationship for a while. I've been single for 3 years. So obviously at some point last year, I must have got into the energy where I was like, you know what, let me actually see what's good. Let me actually go on a date, see if we can, if I vibe with this person, if we take it there. It turns out we vibed perfectly, but it doesn't matter because my head still wasn't in that place to pursue something like that. So it was never gonna go that way. But anyway, that's the BS out of the way. Let's get into the juiciness. Right, we're gonna call my date Herney. You know why? I've met Herney in Shoreditch, right? We're gonna go Box Park. Standard. You get me? Box Park's nice, a bit expensive, but so before I've met Herney, I've bought myself a small, cheap bottle of vodka. Very cheap. Probably, I think I got it from Sainsbury's, like a 35 cl. I don't give a shit who judges me for that. Actually, I'm sure she judged me that day actually for coming in with like a little Sainsbury's cheap bottle of Sainsbury's. Opportunity cost. Why am I gonna pay £10 for a drink when I could pay £10 for a bottle and sneak it in? Doesn't make any sense to me. Of course I'm gonna go for the cheaper option. Anyway, so I got the cheap vodka just beforehand, yeah. We're sat there, vibing, good energy, good convo, good everything, like it's calm. I'm obviously slipping in some vodka in my drink. I'm going to the bar, I'm getting her a drink. Boom, boom, boom. We're working out an itinerary. So the itinerary that we worked out was, okay, we'll chill in Box Park for a bit, and what we'll do is we'll go bounce. Yeah, you know, bounce in Shoreditch, a little table tennis drawn place, yeah. So, cool, so we're Googling it, what time's it open? It opens at 6, cool, boom, boom. So we leave Box Park, so I'm cutting the story, like, I'm cutting to the chase now. So we leave Box Park, right? Key bit of information, when we left Box Park, say we got there at like 3, 2, was it even less than that? I was meant to go Arsenal. I think we must have got there like 2:33. So I was at Box Park for 3 hours. Bearing in mind, yeah, I started to sober up by the time we left. So in that kind of 3 hours, in that 3 hour time period, I had got a little tipsy and sobered up, essentially, in that period. So we left Box Park around 6 p.m. if my memory kind of, if I remember, if I could try to remember. So basically we leave Box Park, en route to bounce, I get some more alcohol. So I think I get another bottle of vodka from like a little off license, maybe like a smaller one. Maybe 35 cl again? Actually, it probably was 35 cl, but my intention was to share it with Herney. So I get one, we then go to like a bar that's like en route bounce, and I think I go up to the barman like, can we just get like a Coke or something? So I can't remember the specifics, but I'm kind of like getting a Coke, pouring alcohol in it, blah, blah, blah. So we get to bounce now, yeah, and they're like, you're gonna have to make a reservation. The earliest table is like 9:30. These times it's like 6:30. So I'm sitting there thinking, damn, 3 hours to kill. But if you know Hernie, she doesn't mind waiting. So she was like, oh cool, we'll just go to another bar then. And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, that's long, but you know what, man, let's just go to another bar, come back, actually elongate the motive. Okay, so we get to the bar now. Good energy, good vibes. The bar, it's getting a little bit blurry. So like, we must have got to the bar at like 6:30, between 6:30 and 7. We're like stood at like a standing table, we're just vibing, having a little dance, having more convo, this, that. The next, I kid you not, yeah? The next thing I know, as in I blinked, I went like this. Oh yeah, we're vibing, drinking, boom, boom, boom. Blinked, and I'm over there in bed, 4 a.m. How did I get there? Why am I here? Why am I not in a bar? Where's Hernie? Why am I here? Why am I here? It's like, what time is it? It was either 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. I can't actually remember. I think it was 4 a.m. Or was it 2 a.m.? You know what, that's actually matter. But either way, it's like, it's early. Like, it's in the middle of the... I've got many questions. Why am I not in bounce? Where's my guest? Why am I not dancing? Why is it 3 a.m. or whatever flipping time it is? I've got hella questions. Obviously, I can't even think right now. I wake up, I've seen that Hernie's not in bed with me or whatever. Like I've got no company. I'm on my own basically. I've looked around. She's not there. I've run downstairs to see like if she's somewhere else or downstairs on the sofa, something like that. Nowhere to be seen. I've gone straight into the downstairs bathroom and thrown up everywhere violently. I've got like I'm throwing up like different colors. It was gross, and it was gross. But I made sure I was downstairs to not wake my mum up. Literally, I'm throwing up violently, and I don't understand what's going on. Where is my date? Like, I don't get it. First thing I've done is I've checked my phone. I'm throwing up. I'll go back upstairs. I check my phone all over the gaff, and I've seen Insta messages, and I've seen a lot of them. And I'll just put some of them up. I'll just put some of them up on the screen right now. As you can tell by the messages, they're not nice. They're very angry, very aggressive. She literally bombarded me with messages like, I can't believe you did this. You've left me. Rah, rah, rah. You're a something. You know, you're a this, you're a that. Blah, 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 which is completely understandable. Listen, Hernie, I don't blame you. When you see these messages now on the screen or just back then on the screen, obviously, not to relive some trauma. But like, she was well within her rights to say that. I had left the girl. So let me get into that's where my part of the story ends. I literally left this girl, and that's all I remember. So I've got all these messages. I'm getting bombarded. I got bombarded with messages hours ago saying you left me, you're this, you're that. I've looked at this and I'm not that person at all. I'm not a dickhead to girls. I never have been, even in my most yeah, I've made mistakes, but I'm not hard. I respect and empathize with women, especially as I've gotten older. The last 3 years, I've grown so much. Like my type of character is, even if I don't know you, I would rather get a taxi for a girl, make sure she gets home safe, text me when you get home, and then I just walk home. You know what I'm saying? Like from London, because I would just prefer that. So this is out of character. Wholeheartedly, you understand? I've read these messages and I'm distraught. I literally sent this girl like 5 different voice notes, big ass essays. I was like, I'm so sorry. I haven't even got any words to say how much I'm sorry. I don't understand what happened. We were in the dance. I'm in bed, as in what happened. Anyway, she didn't get home until like 3-4 a.m. But that's where my story, that's where my kind of part of the story ends, and she fills in the gaps for me. So basically what happened was, I was in a state all day, absolute state. She wanted to call me to talk about it at like 1-2 p.m. I still couldn't do it. I was in and out of sleep. I was throwing up all day. Like I was violently sick. Like it was no, like, I'm not even trying to like justify what I'm about to say next, but it kind of is a justification in a way. Like I really was in a bad way. Like I don't even know how I got there, but it just happened. We eventually had a phone call around 7 p.m. the next day, and she explained everything that what happened, and we kind of ironed it out and squashed it, and we became besties ever since. What had happened was, right, let me continue from the bar. We were in the bar now. Bearing in mind, remember, I think back to 5-10 minutes ago when I said we had a reservation at Bounce. So we're at the bar now. This is what happened. Disclaimer, this isn't my story. I don't know what happened. So this is what happened from Herney's perspective and while we were together. I'm clearly rat-assed in this bar, whatever. I then suggest, oh sorry, apparently it gets to 10 PM or something. And me and Herney are like, oh, we've missed our reservation again. F it, let's just, I think we're gonna get some food or something. We end up getting some food, we end up getting pizza. Apparently, allegedly. So we end up getting pizza. And in my drunken state, I've obviously been like, yo, you wanna come back to mine? We can just chill in the living room, get chatting, and then we can just go to bed. I've got a spare room in it. Obviously I don't remember saying this, but I've said, and the thing is, it's out of character for me to say that because I live with my mum in it, and I wouldn't usually bring girls back to the yard when my mum's there. Like, I just don't do that. In that state, I had no intention, by the way. Like, I can't even remember. So I can't tell you what my intention was. Either way, so we get our pizza now, allegedly. We get our pizza, and I definitely ordered the Uber. I definitely ordered the Uber because I got an Uber receipt that day. Yeah. Or the morning after. So I ordered us an Uber because I think her phone was a bit low on battery. So phone's low on battery. I ordered an Uber. These times we're in East, I think. So yeah, we're near Shoreditch. So it's not too far to get back to Ends. We apparently get all the way to my road. I think I was in and out of sleep. So this is, I think, in my mind, yeah, when I've reflected, I think the sleep in the cab kind of F me up. Because when I sleep, my mind goes into, obviously your mind goes into rest mode, and when you wake up, you're kind of like a bit forgetful. Like, it's better for me to stay awake rather than sleep it off, do you understand? So we fallen asleep in the cab, obviously woken up when we get there. So we've actually got to my yard, yeah? We've actually got to the yard, obviously in South East. And what had happened apparently is we've spilt the pizza or something in the car. And in that time, when Herney has cleaned up the pizza, I've obviously got out of the car in a state. We've been asleep together in the cab. I've gone out. I've woken up. She's cleaning up the pizza, and in that period, I've left. I've literally walked in the yard and gone upstairs and slept. That's literally in my state. That's what I've done. I haven't clocked I'm with someone. I haven't clocked that I've left someone stranded. I am literally a state. I don't remember any of this. I was in the bar. Now I'm in bed. How did I get here? Blinked, no joke. Seriously, I blinked. I've walked off. And this is where it gets mad. The story gets mad. Like, obviously not for me, the story gets mad for her. She's turned around, seen that I've disappeared, don't know what way I've gone, don't know what yard I've gone into. Phone's out of battery. The cabbie drives off with her purse in the back. Oh God. Oh, Herney, I'm actually so sorry. I'm reflecting, I'm so sorry. I didn't do it intentionally, but thinking back, that is a mad situation to be in. Like, so let's recap. We went on a date, we've got back to my yard, and I've left. She's now stranded, she doesn't know where she is. She's got no phone, she's got no money, got no wallet or whatever, purse. She doesn't know where she is. Now, in this time, I'm sleeping. I think she remembered me saying, I ain't got my car no more, but at the time I had my blue Sirocco. But, so I think she knew that I had a blue car. So she was looking around the ends, like looking around the road and that, like seeing what car was blue and trying to use the logic that way. She was knocking on a few houses, but it turns out she went the wrong way. She went that way when she should have gone that way, basically, when we got out of the cab. She weren't to know, but anyway, she knocked on a few houses. The thing is, these times it wasn't that late. Like, there was definitely trains running. I think it must have been between 10:30 and 11. So like, it wasn't the latest. You know, there was definitely, you could survive essentially. But so anyway, after getting rebuffed from my house and Like, obviously this someone down my road, I don't know who it was, didn't let her in or didn't really empathize with the situation, just turned her away. She eventually found a couple nice neighbors who let her in. I think they let her charge her phone. I want to say ordered an Uber to Waterloo. So, calm. Like, okay, she's back to Waterloo, it's not the worst case scenario, blah, blah, blah. I'm not too sure if I mentioned it earlier in the story. She didn't get in the yard until, say, 3, 4 a.m. So, how do we get, she's at Waterloo between, let's say, 11 o'clock. How did she not get home until, like, early hours of the morning? She lives in Surrey, innit? Like, she doesn't live in London. This is why it's all the maddest. That's why it's all mad, because obviously she's in Southeast London right now, stranded. She's got to get back quay far away, somewhere else. She gets on a train, and this is where it's not my fault. She falls asleep and misses her stop. You are a donut for that. Do not get that twisted. I didn't do that. I had nothing to do with that. She's a donut for falling asleep and forgetting what stop she was getting off at. The girl didn't get home until stupid o'clock in the morning. She missed her stop. She had no money, had no phone. Luckily, someone else on the train also missed their stop. Another like a girl, I don't know how old she was, but you girls, man, donuts. But missed her stop, and then eventually jumped in the whip with them back to where she lived or something. I don't know, it's a mad story, I don't even know. Someone gave her £20. I think my neighbour gave her £20, or one of them, or the people that she got in the car with gave her £20. So there's people out there that are nice, you know, there's people out there that care. But ultimately, it's mad because the timeline was, we link up, we have a good time, we go to bounce, book in, it flops, so we went into a bar, bed. That's it. That was the timeline. So to hear what happened afterwards while I'm asleep, to hear that Herney was going through this and this, I feel sick, do you know what I'm saying? I felt horrific, I felt so bad, I felt angry, I felt upset. I didn't understand how this happened, you feel me? And one of the learnings that I've taken is just to be a lot more conscious about every drink I take. Am I still functioning? Am I still conscious of my movements? Am I still sensible? I still haven't really learned to kind of like control myself in that sense, like understand, like be mature when I'm drinking, and not mature in terms of my behavior, that too, but actually understanding my limit and things like that. Because alcohol, it's just mad. I'm like a heavy drinker, but like it hits me all at once, which I keep forgetting. So I kind of like will be backing drinks off, but then this, that and the other. But anyway, Herney, thank you for forgiving me. We built an amazing relationship since, and I value you. So I'm literally glad that even that date from hell, still we vibed so much that she was able to trust me and forgive me. And yeah, remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and peace.